the honorable judges, respected teachers, and my beloved friend. Good morning! My name is Arin. It is a great honor for me to stand here before you today. Imagine a love so pure that the earth itself wept when it ended. A love that smelled like flowers even in the face of death. Today, let us travel back in time to the village of Kaliangat, Bali. Let me tell you the heartbreaking story of Jayaprana and Lion Sari. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Kaliangat in North Bali, a devastating plague swept through the land. In a small village, a young boy named Jayaprana lost his entire family. He was left all alone in the world. Fortunately, fate had a different plan for him. The king of Kaliangat, hearing of the boy's plight, took pity on him. He brought Jayaprana to the palace and raised him as his own son. Years passed, and under the king's care, Jayaprana grew up to be a handsome, loyal, and incredibly kind young man. He was beloved by everyone, especially the king. When Jayaprana reached adulthood, the king said, "My son, it is time for you to marry. Choose any woman in the kingdom, and I will bless your union." Obedient to his father figure, Jayaprana wandered through the village market. Suddenly, the world seems to stop. There, his eyes meet those of Ninyoman Lion Sari, the daughter of Jerobanja. She was as beautiful as the morning sun with the soul as pure as the lotus flowers. It was love at first sight. With a heart full of hope, Jayaprana went home and told the king, "Your Majesty, I have found my soulmate. Her name is Lion Sari." The king agreed. They were soon married in a great ceremony. For a brief moment, it seems they would live in perfect happiness. Everyone was happy. But tragically, this picture of perfection was about to be shattered. Shadows were lurking in the palace. Ladies and gentlemen, when the king saw Lion Sari for the first time at the wedding, his heart was gripped by a dark with desire. He was blinded by her beauty. A whispered truth crept into his mind. Why did I give such a flower to Jayaprana? Why should this orphan have the most beautiful woman in Bali? She should be mine. I am the king. Slowly, the king's father's love turned into poisonous jealousy. Consumed by this green-eyed monster, he hatched a dynamic plan. He called Jayaprana to the palace. The king devised a cruel plan. He forgot a letter claiming that pirates were attacking the borders of the kingdom. He summoned Jayaprana and said, "My loyal son, you must lead my soldiers to the coast of Trima to fight these invaders. It is your duty." Lion Sari felt a heavy chill in her heart. "Do not go, Jayaprana," she pleaded. "I had a dream of a great flood washing us duty is to his land. I promise I will return to you. With a heavy heart, Jayaprana led the troops to the thick forest of Telugu. But when they arrived, there were no pirates. There was only silence. The atmosphere was thick with betrayal. The king had Minister Patih Saukali, then handed Jayaprana a secret letter from the king. Jayaprana opened it and his heart shattered. The letter ordered his execution. The king wanted him dead so he could take Layon's son. Realizing there was no escape, Jayaprana did not fight back. He looked at the sky and said, "If this is the will of my king, I accept it. I have lived my life with Arin." He bared her chest and the minister struck him with a kriss. But they did not bring the stench of decay. As Jayaprana's blood touched the earth, a miracle happened. Instead of the smell of blood, the air was filled with a fragrance as sweet as jasmine, and white birds flew out from his body into the heavens. Meanwhile, unaware of the miracle in the forest, a nightmare was unfolding at the palace. The king approached Lion Sari with the news. "Jayaprana is dead," he said coldly. "Now you shall be my queen." Lion Sari were collapsed. Tears streamed down her face. But she was as brave as she was beautiful. She looked the king in the eye and said, "You have taken my husband's life, but you will never take my heart." In the final act of devotion, Lion Sari took a dagger and ended her own life, choosing to join Jayaprana in the afterlife rather than live as the king's captive. As she fell, the same sweet fragrance filled the palace, a sign of her purity. The king, saying the tragedy he had caused was driven to madness by God, the kingdom fell into chaos, and he eventually died in sorrow. To this day, the people of Bali remember Jayaprana and Lion Sari as the ultimate symbols of loyalty and eternal love. Their graves in the forest of Tarima remain a sacred place where people go to pray for a love that lasts forever. Well, my dear audiences, from this story, we learn that greed and power can break hearts, but they can never break a pure soul. True love like Jayaprana and Lion Sari is immortal. That is all from me. I am Arin. Thank you for your kind attention and have a wonderful day.